I just learned something new today and it's totally awesome. Well, it's also kind of scary. We have two different kinds of fat in our bodies. We have white fat and we have brown fat. White fat is bad, brown fat is good. Here's how it works. Okay, white fat is white because it doesn't have much blood flow. It doesn't have a lot of mitochondria producing energy. So it's literally just kind of hanging out on our bodies, not really doing a whole lot. That's why white fat is actually the bad fat. So white fat sits on our body just causing extra weight, but its whole design is to help insulate us, to keep us warm. Okay? But additionally, it also insulates our organs, which is visceral fat, the kind of fat we really don't want because it leaks a lot of toxins into our bloodstreams and can make us very, very, very sick. Okay? Then we have brown fat. Brown fat is brown because it has a lot of blood flow, so it's darker. It also has a lot of mitochondria, which means it's producing a lot of energy. And if you do the math, energy equals heat. So more mitochondria equals more energy equals more heat equals thermogenesis, which means fat loss. So brown fat is metabolically active and is basically making your body shiver at a super micro rate so that you're burning fat. You think of the body shivering when it's cold out. Now think of that happening at a very, 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 very small cellular level, generating heat. That's what brown fat is doing. But here's what I learned, which is awesome. Curcumin, like the curcumin that's in PuraTHRIVE, curcumin gold, has a huge effect on turning white fat, the bad fat, into brown fat. This is totally amazing. In fact, it was published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry that white fat can start to turn into brown fat by utilizing curcumin. What it does is it enhances the expression of brown fat genes in white fat. What that means is it changes the genetic structure and how white fat is seen by the body. So it starts changing the genes so that when the body tries to synthesize white fat, it starts making more of a brown fat. It's literally changing the genetic code. But the other thing that the study found is that curcumin starts stimulating the production of new mitochondria in white fat. Remember how I said white fat doesn't have a lot of mitochondria? Well, curcumin causes that white fat to generate more mitochondria. That white fat that was doing nothing before is now producing more energy as if it was a brown fat. But there was one other super, super cool thing that curcumin does. Curcumin actually promotes cell apoptosis of white fat. What does that mean? It sounds crazy. Apoptosis is the pre-programmed cell death. Cells are all designed to die at some point in their life. But what curcumin does is it forces white fat to die faster so that brown fat can persevere and live a long, healthy life, prosperous, where it's helping us become leaner and healthier and more metabolically active. But here's the problem. Most curcumins are really, really hard to absorb. That's the thing. They go right in our mouth, right into our intestinal tract, and right out into the toilet. But if you're utilizing one that is in a liposomal and micellar form, utilizing the technology that we have with PuraTHRIVE Curcumin Gold, you can actually absorb this curcumin at a much higher rate, up to 185 times more. So that's pretty impressive. That means 185 times more potential for that white fat to turn to brown fat. So click on the link and learn a little bit more about how this stuff and this little liquid turmeric can start changing your life and changing how your body sees fat. I'll see you on the next page.